Prince Louis, the youngest and most mischievous member of the royal family, has a unique ability to steal the spotlight with his candid personality. While he generally gets along with most members of the family, there is a noticeable distance between him and Queen Camilla. There were a few instances where it seemed like they were beginning to bond, but everything shifted during the Christmas celebration hosted by Princess Kate. This event revealed how Prince Louis stunned the entire country with a royal bombshell message about Camilla. As the youngest royal, there's no better way to begin this story than by talking about the charming, cheeky, and undeniably lovable Prince Louis, the youngest child of Prince William and Kate Middleton. Born on a sunny spring morning, April 23, 2018, at St. Mary's Hospital in London, Louis arrived with all the pomp and circumstance befitting a royal. The air was filled with celebration, gun salutes, bell chimes, and a country swooning over the newest member of the House of Windsor. From the start, Louis captured hearts. His parents chose the name Louis Arthur Charles, a tribute to his grandfather, now King Charles III, and a nod to the late Louis Earl Mountbatten of Burma, a relative who played a significant role in the royal family's history. It's a big name for such a little boy, but if his early years are any indication, Louis is more than ready to live up to it. Louis's christening was a royal affair, of course. On July 9, 2018, he was baptized by the Archbishop of Canterbury in the Chapel Royal at St. James's Palace. The photos from that day were simply adorable. His elder siblings, George and Charlotte, looked proud as ever, already showing signs of their close sibling bond. Growing up as the youngest in a royal household isn't your typical childhood experience, but William and Kate have worked hard to give their kids a balance between royal duties and normal family life. Louis spent his earliest years between Kensington Palace and London, as well as Anmer Hall, the family's country retreat in Norfolk. His parents have often spoken about how they cherish family time, whether it's gardening, baking, or simply playing outdoors, activities where Louis's lively personality reportedly shines. Speaking of his personality, Louis made a splash during his Trooping the Colour debut in 2019. Perched on the Buckingham Palace balcony, he waved enthusiastically to the crowd, proving even as a toddler that he's not one to shy away from attention. Fast forward to the Platinum Jubilee celebrations for Queen Elizabeth II, where he once again stole the show with his animated expressions, playful demeanor, and a couple of meme-worthy moments that kept the internet buzzing for weeks. Education has always been a priority for the Wales family, and Louis took his first big step into formal learning when he started at Wilcox Nursery School in 2021. The little prince was all smiles as he joined his peers near Kensington Palace, displaying the same curiosity and enthusiasm his parents have often highlighted in their public appearances. By 2022, big changes were on the horizon for the family. They relocated to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor Home Park, a move that provided more privacy and space for their growing children. That same year, Louis began attending Lamrook School, an independent preparatory school in Berkshire, alongside George and Charlotte. Despite his tender age, Louis has already been part of some major historical events. When Queen Elizabeth II passed away in September 2022, the royal family entered a new chapter. His grandfather ascended the throne as King Charles III, and with that, Louis became fourth in line to the throne. This was a significant milestone, as he became the first British prince in history to follow an elder sister in succession, thanks to the Perth Agreement. The coronation of King Charles III on May 6, 2023, was another big moment for Louis. Dressed in impeccable royal attire, he attended alongside his parents and siblings, adding a touch of youthful charm to the grandeur of the event. While his elder brother, Prince George, played a more formal role in the ceremony, Louis's presence reminded everyone of the next generation of royals, the adorably mischievous little brother. It is clear that Louis, as the youngest member of the royal family, is the most mischievous. Whether he's pulling cheeky faces at royal events or trying to blow out his sister's candle at a Christmas service, Prince Louis has a knack for stealing the spotlight. However, behind the giggles and grins lies a heartwarming dynamic with his older siblings, Prince George and Princess Charlotte. Like any youngest sibling, Louis holds a special place in the family, not just for being the baby of the bunch, but for the unique bonds he shares with his brother and sister. His playful antics might sometimes earn him the title of the annoying little brother, but let's be honest, it's a title he seems to wear proudly, and one that everyone adores him for. If there's one sibling Louis looks up to, and perhaps copies a bit too much, it's Princess Charlotte. At just 8 years old, Charlotte has taken on the unofficial role of big sister in charge. She's often seen guiding Louis during public appearances, ensuring he sticks to royal protocol as much as a 6-year-old can, and keeping him in check when his cheeky side gets the better of him. Charlotte's protective nature was on full display during the family's outing to Kate Middleton's annual Christmas carol service at Westminster Abbey. Louis, making his debut at the event, walked confidently alongside his siblings, unfazed by the grandeur of the historic venue. With Charlotte by his side, it was as if Louis knew he had his own personal guardian angel watching over him. While he did try to blow out her candle on the way out, Charlotte simply smiled, brushing it off with the kind of patience only a big sister could muster. Their bond isn't new, it's been growing since Louis' birth. A particularly sweet photo from Charlotte's 3rd birthday shows her cradling baby Louis in her lap, planting a gentle kiss on his forehead. Even at such a young age, she was already showing signs of the loving big sister she would become. And while their roles have evolved over time, the closeness remains. Whether it's volunteering at baby banks or joining in the fun, their special connection is evident. At royal events, Charlotte often takes the lead, with Louis happily following in her footsteps. Now, let's talk about George, the 10-year-old future king who has been stepping into a more prominent royal role for years. George and Charlotte were once the dynamic duo, frequently spotted side by side during family outings, but recently, George and Louis' relationship has blossomed. It has evolved into a charming mix of camaraderie and playful mischief. Insiders reveal that Louis has transitioned from being the annoying little brother to becoming George's pint-sized partner in crime. They've been spending more time together, bonding over shared interests and, of course, getting into a bit of trouble. Whether it's sneaking into the kitchen for post-dinner snacks or pulling pranks on their parents, George and Louis are proving that a little mischief runs in the family. And while George might be growing up fast, Louis has a way of bringing out the playful side of his older brother, reminding him it's okay to just be a kid sometimes. Their bond was also evident during Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee celebrations. Louis' larger-than-life expressions had everyone talking, while George maintained his composed demeanor. It was clear he kept a watchful eye on his younger brother, ensuring Louis didn't wander too far into the realm of royal chaos. Louis' lively personality doesn't stop at home. His recent foray into learning the drums has become a new chapter in his journey as the family's loudest member. Prince William, ever the relatable dad, joked about spending much of his time with his fingers in his ears as Louis enthusiastically hones his skills. You can almost picture it, Louis pounding away on his drum kit, Charlotte rolling her eyes but secretly admiring her brother's energy, and George pretending to be too cool while secretly wishing he could join in. It's these little moments that make the Wales children feel so relatable, despite their royal status. And when you see George, Charlotte, and Louis together, it's clear they are more than siblings, they are a team. From matching outfits at royal events to volunteering side by side, the three of them share a bond that's both endearing and inspiring. During a recent visit to a baby bank, Charlotte took charge, while Louis marveled at a King Kong toy, proving once again that the youngest often finds the most joy in the simplest things. A little prince surrounded by love. However, as the youngest member of the family, Louis has a special relationship with the older members of the royal family that sets him apart. He may be the cheeky third child, often stealing the show with his mischievous grins and spirited personality, but Louis is also deeply adored by those closest to him. It's no secret that Kate Middleton shares an incredibly close bond with her youngest son. Known for her gentle and nurturing parenting style, Kate has always been the kind of mother who balances royal responsibilities with a very hands-on approach to raising her children. And Louis? Well, he's the one who keeps her on her toes. Kate's love for the outdoors plays a huge role in her parenting, and it's clear Louis is right at home in nature. Whether it's exploring the grounds of Adelaide Cottage and Windsor or helping with gardening projects, Kate ensures her children, especially Louis, are always encouraged to embrace the simple joys of life. Kate's creative side shines through her love for art and baking, often organizing activities that spark Louis' curiosity and playful energy. Louis, often described as the wild child of the family, brings a unique dynamic to their household. Kate is said to smile fondly whenever he does something cheeky, whether he's dancing around the kitchen with Charlotte or trying to keep up with his older siblings. She knows how to turn these moments into cherished family memories, a bond built on laughter, love, and a bit of patience, something every parent with a spirited youngest child can relate to. As a father, Prince William strives to balance royal duties with active involvement in his children's lives. Louis, being the youngest, shares a particularly playful relationship with his dad. While William teaches his children the importance of kindness and responsibility, values instilled in him by Princess Diana, he also possesses a wonderful sense of humor, which Louis seems to have inherited. In public, William is often seen gently guiding Louis during formal events, while behind the scenes, insiders reveal he's the first to laugh at his son's antics. For Louis, his maternal grandparents, Carol and Michael Middleton, provide a perfect escape from royal formalities. At their Berkshire home, the environment is far more relaxed and cozy, allowing Louis to simply enjoy being a child. Carol Middleton, in particular, is known for her dedication to her grandchildren, and Louis benefits greatly from her hands-on approach. Whether baking cookies together, playing games outdoors, or helping with gardening, Carol ensures Louis experiences the simple joys of childhood. She is not just a grandmother but also a confidant, playmate, and source of endless hugs. Michael Middleton, on the other hand, offers calm and stability, often taking Louis on nature walks or enjoying quiet family moments. Their connection provides Louis with a sense of balance, grounding him in a more ordinary upbringing while still preparing him for royal life. Despite his busy schedule as the reigning monarch, King Charles III always makes time for his grandchildren, including Louis. Charles's passion for nature and the environment is evident in his interactions with Louis, whether sharing stories about gardening, discussing the importance of protecting the planet, or teaching him about royal family history. Though Louis is still young, Charles is known to have a soft spot for him, much like he does for George and Charlotte. His grandfatherly role brings wisdom and warmth, creating memories that will undoubtedly stay with Louis for years to come. These strong bonds across the family ensure that Louis grows up surrounded by love, guidance, and a deep connection to his roots. There's one person noticeably absent from Louis's inner circle, Camilla, the Queen Consort. While Louis shares playful and heartwarming relationships with everyone from Kate's parents to King Charles, Camilla's name rarely comes up when discussing his closest relationships. This raises questions: could it be a mere coincidence, or is there something more to it? The curious distance between Prince Louis and Camilla has sparked speculation, with many believing the root cause lies in the animosity Prince William harbors toward his stepmother. Given their complicated history, it's not hard to understand. Decades of tension have brewed between them, shaped by events that left a lasting impact. To truly understand this dynamic, we must revisit the fraught relationship between William and Camilla. William's resentment is deeply rooted in the pain of his parents' public heartbreak, an ordeal he witnessed as a young boy under the relentless glare of the media. Camilla's name was a constant in those headlines, and the emotional scars from that time haven't faded. Insiders suggest that William's polite smiles and public cordiality toward his stepmother conceal a colder reality. When Camilla married King Charles in 2005, William reportedly wasn't thrilled. His loyalty to his late mother, Princess Diana, remains steadfast, and her memory significantly shapes his feelings toward Camilla. While William and Camilla have managed to coexist over the years, their relationship feels more like an armistice than a bond of affection. Although William might appreciate Camilla's dedication to royal duties, he's far from embracing her with open arms, and it seems his children have picked up on this tension. Louis, the youngest of the Wales siblings, has always been described as spirited, playful, and mischievous. However, children have an uncanny ability to sense the energy around them. They notice tension in a room, strained conversations, and subtle cues from trusted adults. It's entirely possible that Louis detects something unusual when Camilla is present. Perhaps it's William's subtle wariness or the absence of the warmth Louis receives from other family members, such as his grandparents, Carol and Michael Middleton, or even King Charles. Children are perceptive, and though young, they can sense when someone doesn't exhibit the same natural affection or connection. Camilla, for her part, has worked tirelessly over the years to carve out her role in the royal family. Yet, Louis, with his observant nature, might simply be following his instincts and keeping his distance. Whether this stems from his father's unresolved feelings or his own observations, the dynamic between the cheeky young prince and the queen consort remains intriguingly complex. Camilla has taken on charity work and stood beside King Charles through thick and thin, winning over many members of the public who once viewed her as the villain in Diana's story. However, within the Wales household, it's a different dynamic. While King Charles adores his grandchildren and shares a warm bond with George, Charlotte, and Louis, Camilla's connection to them seems far less prominent. Rarely, if ever, are there public moments of affection between her and the youngest Wales child. Some might argue this is because Louis is still young and not often part of formal royal events. Others suggest it reflects something deeper, perhaps a natural distance rooted in the family's complicated history. William, a fiercely protective father, is determined to provide his children with as normal a childhood as possible, shielding them from the pain and scrutiny he endured growing up. If he harbors any lingering distrust toward Camilla, it wouldn't be surprising if he kept her role in Louis's life at arm's length. Yet, despite rumors of tension within the royal family, there have been moments when Prince Louis and Queen Camilla appeared to get along just fine. These instances were so heartwarming they left royal watchers wondering if there might be more to their relationship than meets the eye. One such moment occurred on Christmas Day at Sandringham, a day steeped in royal tradition and festive cheer. During the family's walk to church, young Prince Louis, dressed adorably as always, caught everyone's attention. Walking alongside Queen Camilla, the pair shared a tender moment that melted hearts across the nation. Camilla gently placed her hand on Louis's back, guiding him forward as they chatted. Louis, ever the charmer, looked up at her with his trademark grin, his eyes filled with curiosity and warmth. It seemed as though the step-grandmother and grandson shared a genuine connection, a fleeting but significant moment of tenderness. Onlookers couldn't help but comment on how sweet the exchange was. Camilla, who often comes across as reserved, seemed relaxed and at ease with the cheeky young prince, and Louis appeared completely comfortable around her. Another instance that captured attention came during Camilla's visit to the Isle of Man while fulfilling royal duties. Meeting a mother with twin boys dressed in matching blue outfits, Camilla admired the little ones and couldn't resist bringing up her own grandson, Louis. She playfully described him as quite a handful, a comment delivered with a smile that drew laughter from the crowd. This candid and relatable moment highlighted Camilla's sense of humor and her awareness of Louis's larger-than-life personality. However, these moments beg the question, what do they really signify? Camilla is well known for her ability to navigate public appearances with poise. It's possible these interactions were carefully orchestrated to create the impression of a close, affectionate bond between her and Louis, even if the reality might be far more nuanced. The Christmas bombshell might seem like an exaggeration, but Prince Louis left the entire country stunned with a royal revelation involving Queen Camilla. This breaking news from just 5 minutes ago unfolded during Princess Catherine's Together at Christmas Carol service at Westminster Abbey. The event, warm and festive, was a celebration of love, gratitude, and togetherness. It provided a perfect backdrop for what would become the evening's most talked-about moment. As part of the service, guests were encouraged to write messages of appreciation on red cards and hang them on the kindness tree. Each card bore the name of someone who had made a meaningful difference in their lives that year. The Wales children, George, Charlotte, and Louis, participated with enthusiasm, walking into the Abbey alongside their parents. George and Charlotte carried their cards discreetly, ensuring their messages remained private by keeping the blank side visible. However, Louis, ever the spirited and mischievous youngest, proudly displayed his card for everyone to see. Written in his endearing handwriting was a heartfelt message, "Thank you for Granny and Grandpa because they have played games with me." The note referred, of course, to his maternal grandparents, Carol and Michael Middleton, who share a close bond with the young prince. The message melted hearts and drew smiles, especially from the Middleton family, who beamed with pride from their seats. Yet, as sweet as the moment appeared, the absence of any mention of Queen Camilla raised eyebrows among onlookers. A member of the crowd jokingly asked Louis why Camilla wasn't on his list. With characteristic candor, Louis responded in a way no one anticipated. With the seriousness only a child can master, he declared, "She's lying." The atmosphere froze. Kate and William's smiles faltered, their faces revealing a mix of shock and confusion. Time seemed to stand still as Kate bent down slightly, gently placing her hand on Louis's shoulder, whispering soothing words to calm him. Meanwhile, William appeared stunned, glancing toward Camilla, who stood just a few feet away. Her expression was difficult to read at first, though her face quickly transformed into a strange smile. It was evident she had been caught off guard. The queen consort, who had been graciously greeting guests and enjoying the event, suddenly found herself in the center of an unexpected royal storm. But Louis wasn't finished. With the unfiltered honesty only a 6-year-old could deliver, he elaborated. She said she would play games with me, but when I went to her room, she shouted at me to go away and said I was being annoying. Then I saw her just sitting there doing nothing. Moments earlier, the crowd had been laughing at Louis's playful innocence, but his words now hung heavily in the air. Slowly, those present began to grasp the gravity of what they were hearing, a candid glimpse into what some had quietly suspected. Camilla's demeanor when the cameras weren't rolling seemed far less warm and generous. What could have prompted Prince Louis to make such a bold and unexpected comment about Camilla? Was it simply the unfiltered honesty of a child, or did he pick up on something deeper?